Hello, this is a tutorial on Clickable Rubrics. This is the third of 3 on Clickable Rubrics. The first one had to do with how do you create a clickable rubric in Blackboard. The second one was all about how to link that rubric that you just created to the Grade Center. It's one thing to put it into Blackboard, it's another to link it to the Grade Center so that you can use it for grading and you and students have the benefit of having that rubric and using the rubric. In this third part, this is a more advanced feature, but this is actually an efficiency for you. Say you've created a rubric in a class and it's serving the purpose, it works well, it works for you, it works for your students, and you'd like to use it in another course. Well, you could create it from scratch in that other course, but what if there was a more efficient way to get that rubric into the other course? And that's what we're going to talk about today, and that is how to export the rubric from one course and import it into another course for use. So over here into the control panel, I'm going to go down to Course Tools. If it's not opened up, you can click on that little drop down chevron. You're going to go all the way down to Rubrics. Click on Rubrics. Now you're going to locate the rubric that you would like to move to another class. In this case, I'm going to go right here, this Financial Plan Final Part. That's the rubric I decide that I would like to use in another class. So I'm now going to go up to this spot right here, Export, and click on Export. Now what's happening is the computer and Blackboard has turned this particular rubric into a zip file. Now you do not want to try to open this up and view it or anything like that, because you are not a computer. You're not going to be able to read what comes out of that particular file, that particular process. So at this point we have just exported this zip file. We hit submit to finish the process, and here's our download, and it asks us what we want to do. Here's our zip file. We're going to, the save file is perfect, that's exactly what we want to do, and we're going to say OK. And you can put it where you want to. You can put it in desktop, which I usually recommend. That's sometimes easier to find things because a lot of people have a lot of things in their documents area, but I'm just going to put it in my documents. Hit save, and we are good to go. Now I do want to point out that I am demonstrating this particular process on a Windows machine. I have not been able to do this on a Mac, so if you're using a Mac, I haven't figured out how to do it yet. So right now this is for Windows people only. So at this point I have it saved on my machine. I'm now going to go into the second class, the class that I would like to put this wonderful rubric in, and I'm going to go into another course here, the BB test course. And that opens up. There's my course, and I'm going to go into Course Tools, just so you're more used to seeing that. That was minimized. I'm going to go into Course Tools, down into my Rubrics area, and this time instead of doing something with Export, I'm actually going to click on Import Rubric. I'm going to browse my computer. I'm going to find that particular rubric that I had created the zip file for, click on it, and then click Open. And there's my rubric right here. I'm going to click Submit. So I'm going to get this message here, and basically you're looking for the Financial Plan Final Part has been imported. That's what you're going to want to see, and then just click on OK. This rubric is now in the library of rubric in this second class, this class that I wanted to put it at, and there it is right here, and it might work perfect just the way it is, but just so you know, you do have the ability to go in to edit and pull the rubric up and make any changes. Maybe the rubric in the previous class was worth 100 points, and in this class you only have space for 80 or something like that. I can go in and I can adjust points, I can adjust some of the language and so forth, but it's still just an efficiency to come to that perspective. One thing I do want to point out is that you still have that other part that you have to do, which is the part 2 of the Clickable Rubrics video series, and that is you must link this. All you've done is imported this rubric into the second class, but you still must go ahead and link it to the Grade Center column that you want to use that clickable rubric for. So if you don't know how to do that, make sure that you watch that second video, or if you've forgotten how to do that, re-watch that second video on how to link a rubric to a Grade Center column. Thank you.